Hi everyone, welcome to Upwards with Pradyut and Tisha. I'm Tisha Relia Hande and today I'm going to share with you my MBA journey. Now before this, I hope you watched the video where Pradyut talks about his journey. So let's start right at the beginning. In my 12th grade, I opted for Commerce plus Math. In fact, at that time, I was also preparing for my law, which is an exam called CLAT. But then once I got my marks out, I applied to Delhi University and I got through Sri Venkateshwara College. So in 12th, my best of 4 was actually 93.75, and even with that, I remember I got through Venki in the third list just with 0.25, and Delhi University has always been really hard to get through when it comes to marks, and I think that's something that remains even today with the new structure and the way the admission has evolved. So I did my BCom honors mainly because it's a really good course because it has a lot of mix of subjects, right? So you study accounting, finance, little bit of marketing, HR, law, and it really opens up what you can do after your BCom honors. Now during this time, through my friends and family, I actually got a few internships. These internships were predominantly in the telecom sector, and this was around 2009 where Twitter was really, blowing up in India, and companies were trying to figure out what they can do, how they can use it, for online reputation management and really build their accounts. And that's one of the projects that I had done for one of the telecom companies, and that is really where my love for digital marketing started. I thought it was so amazing that companies can now connect to their consumers directly, and I decided that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do my MBA in marketing and then have a career in digital marketing specifically. Now all of the internships that I did, they were of course, like I said, through people we knew. Us time pe there was no LinkedIn or there were no other formal platforms. Today there are so many amazing platforms which can help you get internships, and none of these were paid. I just did them because I wanted to understand how is it exactly that the corporate world works. And in my third year, I started preparing for my MBA. I joined Career Launcher, and there are a lot of different institutes. They have different programs, but I did the 9-month program because my quant was a little bit weak. I don't have an engineering background, and therefore I had never really prepared for a competitive exam. So I felt like I needed to give myself that time, and I started my journey for of course preparation, but also alongside that, I started reading a lot. I remember I used to read the Hindu editorial every day and literally take clippings of all the important articles so that I could prepare for my GDPI as in when that happened. And I also just researched a lot, right? I've made my list of my top 15 colleges that I wanted to go to. I found out what kind of companies come there, which ones are good for marketing, finance, strategy. There is a lot of information out there which is available, and I really started to consume all of that information, make detailed notes about everything so that I'm very clear on what I wanted to do next, right? So the day of my CAT exam, I remember when I went to the institute, I was extremely anxious. I had studied really hard. I had given a lot of mock tests. I had in fact done well in the mock tests, but on that final day, I absolutely lost my nerve. The first year when CAT went online, right? So there was like a computer where you were giving your exam. I was so nervous that my entire exam tanked very badly, and I got a really low percentile, which could not really put me through any of the colleges. So after that, I knew the moment I gave my CAT that it did not go well, so I started focusing on SNAP, which is the Symbiosis entrance. Today I know there are a lot more entrance exams, but during my time there were just about 2 or 3, and my SNAP attempt went really well. On that day I made sure that I was calm and I gave my exam, जैसे कहते हैं ठंडे दिमाग से, rather than drive myself up into a frenzy. And very often with competitive exams, it's not about the preparation that you do before, but it is also a lot about how you are on that very day. And my SNAP went really well. I cleared SIBM Pune, which is Symbiosis flagship college. So I don't know if a lot of you know, but Symbiosis has like 13 or 14 colleges under it, and SIBM is the #1 college. But then there are different colleges for media, for international business, etc., and all of them have their own pros and cons. Now when it comes to SIBM, the process is pretty much like any B school. You have your GD, which is your group discussion process, then you have the personal interview, and then about 2 weeks after that, 2 to 3 weeks after that, you get to know whether or not you have made it. And I still remember the moment where I got that email from SIBM saying that I have made it, and the sort of excitement in my household. SIBM for me was really in my list of dream colleges. I'd also decided that if I didn't get through those 15 or 16 colleges, I would not do my MBA that year. I would have taken a year, or I would have, worked. I had got a job at Deloitte at that time, so I would have taken up that job and continued to prepare. The reason for this is that when you go to a B school, it's not just about what you study there, right? It's also about the community, it's the opportunities you get, and of course, it's the final kind of placement package that you get. And I just felt like if I am in from one of the top colleges, I would have a much better chance at getting a good job and really building a great network. But honestly, after 7 or 8 years of being in the corporate world, what I would say is that your B school is just the first step. Eventually what matters is what you do there. So irrespective of which B school you go to, it's about what you make of the opportunities that life gives you, right? Also, you might want to know that when I did my MBA, I was just about 20 years old. So I started my school a little bit early and I skipped a class, plus then I had only 3 years of an undergrad. So I started my MBA just at 20. I had no work experience, which probably in hindsight, maybe it would have been good if I had worked for a year or two. But like they say, hindsight is always 20/20. So yeah, that is a little bit about how my journey started. And if you'd like to know anything else, please comment below, and then we'll make sure that we have videos for that. And thank you so much for joining us in this journey of Upwards. We're very excited to share lots of different content with you, and would love to know what you think of this video. So I will see you all next time. Thank you.